Hello everyone. In this tutorial we'll be doing this part. We'll be putting this part into CAD using these dimensions, and this is the file from PDF, and this will be what we are looking for at the end of this project. So we're going to begin. Let's get our CAD, and I have the template here. And we're going to start by basic measurements. We know that the length of this is 3.19 since the depth is it's going to be 224 and the height is going to be 1.5. I'm sorry, it said 224. It's 2.24. Since we're going to be doing only this part in the part 1 of this tutorial, we're just going to concentrate on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3.19 and we're going to subtract 0.62 and we have 2.57 left. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to close it a little bit. So we're going to take the rectangle. We're going to pick dimensions, and it's going to be 2.57, enter, and then 1.5, enter. We're just going to drop it there. So we got our rectangle here. Now we pick the image again. So we're going to do this little circle, which is from the corner, from the outside corner to the center. It's 0.62 plus 0.62, and the height to the center is 0.75. So let's make a line. We know that the height is going to be 0.75. 0.75, enter, and enter again. And we're going to move this line. Pick the line. We're going to move it hold on, it's not doing what I want it to do, so we're going to hit escape. We're going to hit this. We're going to pick the line, we're going to move, we're going to pick our point, and we're going to go 1.24 because 0.62 plus 0.62, it's 1.24. So we're going to do enter, and now we're going to go back to our image. The diameter of these two circles are going to be 0.620, and remember this has tolerances, and we're not going to put the tolerances in this tutorial. That's why you see two different measurements here, and pretty much that's the only measurement, and probably we're going to have a different measurement from side to side also because the tolerance. So we're going to go back and 0.62. So we're going to get pick our diameter circle. We're going to 0.620, enter, and now we have the first part of this done. So we're going to delete this line, we don't need it anymore. Now we're going to have to figure this radius, this big radius on the top on to the side of this part. So that's an easy one. So we know, pick a radius, we know that the radius of this circle is 2. Hit enter. And we also know that the height of this side until it meets the circle, it's 0.94. So we're going to get to the line. We're going to get a line right in the middle of the circle. We're going to go 0.94. We're going to hit enter and enter again. Now we're going to move these two to the bottom of this one. And now we have our radius, but there is something here. It's upside down and we have to trim. In order to be able to trim this easier, we're just going to explode this polyline, and now we're going to pick these lines. We're going to trim these lines, and we're going to trim this one and this one. And now we're going to mirror the top part of this circle, and we're gonna go from this point to this point, and it says erase source object. We're gonna hit yes because we want to erase it. So there we go. Now, so this is what we have. Let's look at our PDF file. We have in the PDF file, if we see if you see the line here, it goes like 1/3 down to the circle. So we're gonna try to make sure that we're in the right path. So we're gonna see, and I think it's pretty close. It's like about 1/3 out of the circle, in the circle. So we're gonna delete this one. Now we're gonna make this a polyline. The way that we do polyline with this is we join the lines together, and here we have them. Let's delete the line that we don't need, and we have a polyline. Now we're gonna go to our isometric view. We're gonna extrude this, and it's gonna be let's see what's the it's gonna be 0.53. So we're gonna go back 0.53. And then let's just make sure that we have our hidden wireframe view so we can work easier. And now we're gonna extrude the other, and this could be any length, it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna move this down a little bit because we want to subtract solid from a solid. So we hit the subtract, we pick the big solid, we hit enter, and then we pick the other solid and we hit enter. Now we're gonna turn this 90 degrees on its X side. So we pick this, we stand it. So here we go. Here we have this first part. Now what we need to do is we have to go back to our picture. Okay, from the outside corner to the inside corner it's 0.62. We're going to try to make this little indent here, 0.62, and we know that from the center of this object to the inside corner is 0.81, and we know that this empty space in between these two arms it's 1.19. So we're gonna make a line. Let's get our isometric view. Let's maybe move this down a little bit, and we're gonna make a line 1.19, double enter, and then we're gonna make another line from the center back 0.81, and we hit enter and enter again. And now we're gonna pick our line and we're gonna move it all the way to the front, and then we're gonna turn this view. And let's do something here. So we know that's our center. Now we gotta go back in 0.62. So let's do that. This time we're gonna pick our box command. We're gonna get here to the center, and we're gonna go 0.62, 0.62. We're gonna hit enter, and now the height, it doesn't really matter how high it goes. Just need to make it high enough for us to be able to subtract it. So now we're gonna pick the subtract command. We're gonna hit the big solid, and then we're gonna pick the small solid, and here we have it. Let's delete this line. We don't need this line anymore. So we have our first arm done. So let's go to the isometric view, maybe southwest, and we're gonna copy this or mirror this to the other side. let's go to plane, a top plane, and we're gonna mirror this to the other side, and this is mirror, and here we have this. This is our part 1 of this little project.